Welcome to Genesis Games Ratings with Haunting, starring Polterguy. I played this one time in a gong show for Halloween in 2018. Somehow I actually know the year because I remember what was going on around that time when I was doing that particular stream. I remember this game being interesting, but not knowing how to play it, so I'm going to look at this manual a little closer. You don't often see the developers in the manual like this. Heck, I don't know if they're even credited usually, let alone named and their image up there. That's interesting. I believe this is like a Beetlejuice kind of game where we're just trying to scare people, and that's all we care about. We're floating around doing stuff like that. Press A to enter Frightum and A again to activate it. I wonder what the two-player game like. Okay, they just take turns, so it's just alternating. When it's just alternating, I care way less about co-op being... I mean, it's not co-op, so it's not anywhere near as involved. It's just like a thing that can be slapped on real quick, versus co-op, which is often a lot more balance around that and stuff. Sometimes they really go in on making the game make sense with two players. Sometimes it also is a quick addition. Sometimes it's like Mario Kart, where having a second player is like the entire big deal point. But when it's just alternating, at least you can play with two players, but it's yeah, it's just not as exciting. I don't need to test that. To make Polterguy kick, press B while he's moving. Super kick. Stand still and spin. Yeah, we have this map and house and fear level ectometer. Okay, if we run out of health, we go to this dungeon. They did a little bit of stuff with the two-player mode here in terms of like racing to get to go first. Okay, I'm gonna need to see some of this in action at this point, I think. A lot of data in here. This game is elaborate, man. Reminds me of like Spy vs. Spy with how, unlike the last game we played, how much depth it has. All right. I remember thinking this game was strange. Let's see how it goes. Ew. I think that would be enough for me to move out right there, man. This guy's tough. Oh my god. Alright, let's do it. Is that what they're called? Frightums? Okay. He's doing all this on his own at the moment. We're still in demo mode. Okay. Hit the goop. This house sucks. Get out of here. I don't know what the kick is for exactly. Hey man, that's how the house you got here. I forgot to get the ectoplasm. Now I'm in trouble. I didn't mean to leave with him. I guess we should chase the main guy. Hey, I got one. I'm dead. There's no hope here. We're gonna get dungeoned, I think. This is where I'm confused about what we do now because I'm out of the good stuff. Oh. B. Oh. Ugh. I don't know how much I need. Yeah, I think I just need all of it. And that I can't really go until I have collected the entire chain. When do we use the kick? I didn't understand what it's even for. Hey, I'll take that stuff. Just the concept of just haunting these guys a bunch seems fine too. I don't really need to do too much. At the moment, anyway. Your whole sink just disappeared and you still got the courage to stay in here? open this gift. Maybe I should bother somebody else. This game's got a lot of style in the art department, like animated really well and stuff. I'm just trying to figure out how to play it, which is, if I can't do that, that's fine. I think I have the idea. Being good at it is a different problem that I could solve with time. The parents are no longer concerned. I feel like my goal is to scare all four of them at the same time, maybe. And I don't know what the kick does, exactly. A game like this, I want to see all the animations. Well, it seems like you're, able to actually win by being good at efficiency and setting it up. Which I'm not currently doing. Like, I'm running out of energy again, and I'm not getting enough to make up for it. I control this thing, for example. And maybe I can chase her towards the exit of the house with that kind of mechanic. I don't really know how to get into the situation where I can use that. This part of the game is annoying. I'm not really liking the dungeon part. It seems like it just takes a long time. We can't kick in here, so it makes me wonder what the kick even is for. Still, I still haven't figured that out. I thought maybe it was for combat in this place. But maybe we can just kick the humans directly. Yeah, this might actually be a case of a really neat idea that probably should have been a lot less video gamey. By which I mean adding a health bar at all. Or punishing you with it like this. Maybe it is the only downside of the game, because it would have been a fine, like, not an FMV game, but an animated pixel equivalent of it. Would have been fine. Because I like that part of the game a lot. Damn. You could still make it a game. I just think it should be less punishing, probably, because this game would probably play better with its unlimited energy. If your goal is to chase them out of the house, they could have designed around that concept without less. I'm gonna start kicking things. See if I can kick anything. Doesn't look like it. I'm not sure what these mechanics are for. When they give me a chest like this, how do I open it?
Without you, thanks for existing, Mr. Smite.
Thank you. See, I kind of want to, at this point, go back to the manual and take another look at it. Let's see. So the type of traps we use will help funnel them correctly. And we have these magic spells that I am trying to figure out how to use to get energy back when we're running out, which makes sense for solving the meter problem. Leave the room and press start to call up the overhead map, then press A, B, and C. Now I want to make sure that there's no gift box in one of the rooms that I left already. Or I'll try to catch somebody in one of them. Nobody came back in here yet. Where will you go? Should have Oh, the little girl left, and I just blew up 2 of those. Oh, that's my bad. Sorry about that. Let me rewind it a little bit here. Okay, sorry, I jumped right back in to try and do this. I chased that kid over here into this room. This thing. And the mother is in the room with one of them as well. If you open up the map and then punch in a really weird code, ABC, they get bombed and panic even more. I'm not sure what happens now. But yeah, there's the big energy. We go get the other one? Okay, yeah, that fixes that problem up. It's just that guy, and he's way away from the front door, but it looks like there's other doors that could be used. Guess we'll go after him. He's maybe the only one left at this point. Man, what a nice house. To get over there. I don't even know how to get over there. I think I need to take the hallway from the next room over. Leave. Get out of my house. Let's see what he does. Ew. Ghost bees. Doesn't seem like he's gonna leave. Which is the part I don't understand. What if I, cast one of those spells, maybe? I don't have the energy left to do it. You can't die, so these enemies are just cool set pieces. I don't know exactly what the letters do. I'm gonna look up some of the stuff in the manual in a minute. Maybe they're the spells that I was casting. Oh, I see, yeah. Let's game over then and see what that's like. That's a lot of hits. All right. I'm taking a lot of damage on purpose here. I gotta worry about dodging. There's just one guy left. Mr. Sardini. I want to scare him a bit. When he gets to very high, I'm gonna leave the room and blow up that bomb. still calm after being chased by a chainsaw. He's really got guts, man. Oh, he hates this. It's worth a lot of points. I think that spell pretty much forces them to leave. Hell yeah, man. Level 1 complete? What a weird ghost, man. Oh, we're chasing them from city to city. This is less ethical haunting. Oh, I have no health left here. And I have to start with this dungeon stage thing. Haunting the same family saves them from having to do a ridiculous amount of sprite work for new fellas. For sure. Yeah, okay. That is game over when you die there. I'll pull this back up again. They didn't ever have to deal with the dog mechanic. He didn't show up yet. I did do this once. And these are probably the letters I was finding on the floor. Yeah, that's what those letters are. That makes sense. I think that makes... Yeah, okay, that kind of answered my questions. Now I think I understand the game a little bit better here. Okay. Alright. I'm good to rate this one, I think. I think I could give this one a 3 or 4 on fun, depending on if you like kind of stuff that's going on. Like, it's not super good at what it's trying to do, but it's unique and interesting about it. And that's where this thing's going to pick up a bunch of points. I think I haven't really seen a game like this, except for... I don't even know what genre it would be. Spy vs. Spy is a good call, actually, because it also is about placing traps in things. It's a player versus player game. A weird one. where you have a split screen and one player is blowing themselves up looking at items that the other one planted while you try to collect all the stuff. The controls are acceptable for what they are, I think. They were working with 3 buttons. Appearance is where this one's gonna get a lot of value. So much, like, going on here, animation-wise. Like, it's not perfect, but there's so much work with, like, those kind of portraits are all over the place. And the billion different traps. I'm gonna give him 4 for that. It's just a lot of stuff. Home Alone 1 is a weird game where all you do is... It's not really the same. It's kind of is, I guess, but it's not really the same in the way that you just kind of run back and forth from floor to floor, placing an object on the floor and hoping they don't catch you for 20 minutes of doing that. And it's not really, like, tactical at all, aside from controlling AI patterns in a... I think that one's a less robust version of these. Sound is pretty good. It's still kind of like crunchy, watery Genesis sound. I think I'm gonna give him a 3 for music and a 4 for sound. I think this is a pretty interesting one. I think it's a little confusing, but not too bad. Hates the player? Nah. Not really. I don't like the dungeon level. I don't think that it's hard enough to justify that, though. I think that's the flaw, though. That's where I'm giving it some lost fun points. Probably, if you knew what you were doing with this game, you could figure it out. Okay. Let's place. Haunting. This went better than I thought it would, honestly. That puts it pretty far up on my list, to be honest. 28 points. None of the Genesis games have scored very well. I don't know where hardcore, like, compared to this list here, didn't do so great. I guess Contra 3 only got a 31, so... The amount of dislike that the Contra games have for you is part of why they lose points, usually. I would prefer to play this over... Aladdin for sure. I don't know about Sunset Riders being in the good games list after playing through it recently. I think I'm gonna move that one down more. I no longer like this one at all. I think I'd rather play Garfield than this. Maybe I'd rather play Decap Attack than this. I think I'd rather play these 2 games than this. Honestly, I'd rather play Chakan than this too. The only reason why I hesitate is because I like Sunset Riders on the other consoles. This one is a really annoying one. I'd rather play it than X-Men, because X-Men is really annoying. As for Polterguy, it probably isn't as interesting to me as Pitfall, but it's more interesting to me than Lotus 2. Then Sunset Riders, I think I would rather play Chacon because it's more interesting than just like a bad port of Sunset Riders. I don't know. You might be right about that one. I think I genuinely would prefer to try and figure out Sonic Spinball every 5 years than play Sunset Riders Genesis every 5 years. I've never really figured this game out. I tried. Ernest Evans is funny enough that I like to play it over these other games. I think it's in the right place, guarding the quality threshold line. I'm good with that. I think that's good. Polterguy was better than I thought it would be, based on what I've seen of it. It's just this like high effort thing with unique ideas that weren't executed perfectly. And if you were remaking this game nowadays, you could really make something wild. Home Alone 1 probably is the only good Home Alone game. The Genesis one is the only similar one. Home Alone 2 Genesis, is it Home Alone? I don't know. The one where you're sliding around on a sled on the Genesis version outside and you go into houses to plant traps and try and mess with them is probably the best one. And Home Alone 1 NES is okay. The other ones are nightmares. Not like this. The bad kind of nightmare. The normal kind. Well, I was only planning on doing a couple games today, and my controller just died, so I think that'll do it for me, folks. Thanks for tuning me up. I was thinking about rating Aladdin on the Genesis, but it's already done, so that kind of put a wrench in my plans. I didn't realize I already did it. I gave it a pretty good score, too. I thought it would be worse than that. But I ran through it. Recently, so I'm pretty familiar with it. I feel like it hates you a lot in one or two parts of it. But it's a really interesting game. I wish it didn't have that one stage at all. The escape from the cave stage. Not just the carpet ride, but the part before that is actually the part I hate the most. The carpet ride has a mercy rule on it. Anyway, that's game ratings. I'm like curious to see all the animations in this game. Like I just want to. I hate these kids. Anyway, yeah, I would watch this game just to see more of that.